Alright, well, just woke up from a nap. Perfect time to try out my high ISO black and white film. I just need a cent of the Baconator, just a sandwich, please. Perfect. Thank you. Oink. Breakfast of champions. Dinner of champions. You know you're a fat piece of shit when you have a fucking dinner tray in your truck, or your truck. But, I mean, it's pretty clutch. See, it's not a whole Baconator, it's just a son of a Baconator. He's just a little guy. Is that what you would call serendipity? That's gonna be a pretty cool shot depending on the angle. Alright. So, make things a little easier on myself. Chest cam. All right, hands-free, much better. Did bring my digital camera. I specifically came out here to shoot my Asahi Pentax K1000, lovely all-mechanical film SLR camera. So, this is a 28. I'm spoiled for choice here because I quite literally have a 35, a 50, and a little 40 pancake. To me, this is more of a tight shot, I think. I don't think the wide is going to lend itself very well to this. Normally, that would be a 35 and a 50 choice, right? Like, you're either wide or you're tight.
What do you mean by that?
In this particular case, I recently picked up this 40, so I'm actually going to switch out to the 40. Line up the dots. And this is a prime. This particular one, Asahi Pentax f2.8 40 millimeter. I did recently pick up a new light meter as well. You can do what's called incident reading. So essentially what the camera is going to see looking at the subject. So you take a reading. I already have it set to 3200 ISO. Adjust and you can see that the light's not terrible. F16, probably a 125 shutter, or anything wider, you're going to have to go faster. This Pentax K1000 actually goes to 1000 for the shutter speed, so I could go all the way down to a 5.6, but I don't think there's any problem with taking this sharp, so let's go ahead and set this to f16, and again, this is a 40 millimeter. We can double check the actual readings as well. So my camera is actually disagreeing with the reading that I took here. It's actually telling me that at f16 it would prefer a slower shutter speed, maybe closer to a 250. And I'm still actually a bit high, so it's getting me all the way to 500. And I do think to a certain degree it's being fooled by the, if you look around to different areas, it's center weighted measuring, and so obviously the sun's right there, so I think it's being fooled a little bit by catching some additional sun that it's not really getting on the subject. That's why it's good to have a secondary meter to actually sanity check yourself, just because otherwise you might be overexposing a lot more often than you might think. Yeah. Now obviously we have no way of knowing how that's going to turn out until after we develop this.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Right here I have an Olympus OMD. And this is a micro four thirds system with a 20 millimeter lens on it. It's actually a lens made by Lumix. It goes all the way down to 1.7, which is pretty fast. I'm gonna take the same shot. This is 40 millimeter equivalent on full frame, so it's literally the same lens I just used to shoot on that film camera. I'm in full manual mode. I'm actually gonna match the ISO. 3200. I'm going to go ahead and adjust to 125 shutter speed, I believe we were on, as well as a f16. It's telling me overexposed, especially when I catch that sunlight, but again, you're being fooled a little bit by the sun hitting you directly on the lens. If we measure the subject, and you can do that with the camera too, you can actually see it's pretty much bang on. So don't be afraid to really double check your meter readings occasionally. It's actually a really handy thing to do. Boom. So I have this set to not automatically show me the photo. I have to toggle into it. I think that makes me a little bit of a faster shooter, and normally I actually try not to look at the images immediately, because you don't want to get stuck reviewing photos you took. You want to just go around and take a bunch of photos, right? Like, you feel like you're wasting time when you sit here and analyze photos you took in the field. And to be honest with you, this isn't like, you know, the most banger photo I've ever taken in the world. It's fine. It's exposed well. This is in color, obviously. You can see a lot of sharpness in the background because we were at f16. That high ISO definitely helps in that regard. But this way you can sort of immediately see your exposure. That's the real benefit of digital. I like digital a lot, but I like film a lot too for different reasons. So yeah, unfortunately that was more of a lunch spot than it was a photo spot. It's too bad. The light is pretty dramatic here, and the subject material the subject matter in a parking lot is not always especially exciting, which, go figure, it's a fucking parking lot. Yeah, pretty interesting light. Actually, what's really fucking interesting is that Dutch Bros over there. Could really use a beverage, but gosh, there's also Suck It Up further down the road. If I go down... Oh no. Oh, fuck, that's good. Damn. I hate that I love it so much, but I really do. Ooh. Well, thanks for watching, and maybe I'll unpack some of this gear for my next trip.